Okay, welcome back, you beautiful people. Hope you're having a great day and thanks for joining me. Now today inside this box we have Steel of the Century, and I'm going to show you exactly what we've got. We're going to get this box open, have a look at the specs, check the guitar out, and then we're going to get some tones. Let's do it. Okay, so as I said in the intro there, let's get this box open. Now inside this box is what I consider to be Steel of the Century. This guitar was just £249 at Amazon, sold by Amazon themselves. It's normally around £400 mark. So this is a real deal, okay? Now this is also one of the most highly reviewed guitars for its price point, and highly respected guitars for its price point. Now this is wrapped really well. Okay, so this inside here we have, if I can get it open. God, this is harder than it looks, I'll tell you. Oh, there we go. Oh, they wrap this really well. Oh, it's upside down as well. Okay, that'll help. I'll grab the horn. Okay, so as you can probably see, we have, come on, Fender, what are you doing to me? There we go. Okay, so it's actually a Squier. All right, we have a Squier, but it's a classic vibe 70s Strat. So we have a Stratocaster, Fender Squier 70s classic vibe Stratocaster. Okay, and this is an Olympic white, and this was just £249 from Amazon, which is absolute steal, because if you look at it anywhere else, it's a lot dearer than that. I don't know how they're doing it for this price, to be fair. Okay, but yeah, there we go. Look, let's get this open. God, they wrap this well, I'm telling you, better than normal. Okay, there we have it. So there's the Olympic white 70s classic vibe Stratocaster. Okay, so it comes with the tortoise shell pick guard. You got the usual SSS single coil with the 5-way switch, and you got the Alnico 5 Fender designed Squier built pickups. Okay, we've got the large headstock because it's the 70s model. All right, and it's the rosewood model. Okay, so that's the rosewood fretboard. Okay, so that's the classic vibe 70s Squier Stratocaster in Olympic white. Absolutely gorgeous. There you go. Okay, so we're going to have a little look at this. Get some. Well, first thing we'll do is we'll weigh this. It actually comes with a poplar body, so it's nice and light. So we'll weigh this initially, see what weight we're looking at. You know, it feels quite good actually, to be fair. It's nice and light, not too bad. So let's get this on the scales. Okay, so let's weigh the Squier. Let's see exactly how light or heavy it may be. So that's 3.69 kilograms, which I know that's lighter than my Fender USA Ultra Stratocaster. Now that's over a £2,000 guitar, and this is lighter. Okay, that's probably about 300 grams heavier. But I don't know what 3.69 kilograms is in pounds, but we'll put that on screen now. Okay, so that's that in pounds. So that's a very light guitar. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's ideal, that is. So it's probably because of the popular body, but that's a good thing, because we don't want to break our backs while we're gigging, do we? Okay, so we just measured the weight of this, and it's really light. Let's get into the specs and have a little look at what we're dealing with here. So we have the large headstock, which because of the 70s classic vibe. Okay, so in the 70s they made a lot larger headstock on these Strats, and apparently it was because of CBS they bought out Fender, and they wanted to make it a bit more self-advertising, so they made the logo a bit bigger, the headstock a bit bigger, just give it its own brand and really get it across to the public. I'm not a big fan of the big headstock. I actually prefer the original headstock, the smaller ones. But each to their own. I'm sure there's plenty of you that love it as well. Just like I love the old ones. So, you know, we're all different. Okay, but now on this big headstock, we have the vintage tuners. Okay, now these are not locking, but it's a Squier and it's only 249 quid. What do you want? You might, but yeah, I personally like locking tuners. But I've had a good experience with these so far. My Squier Classic Vibe 50s Telecaster, so I can't knock these yet. They've actually been really good. So hoping for good things with this. Okay, now coming on to the neck. Next we have the C-shaped neck. All right, this is a C-shaped neck. It is gloss lacquered on the back with a tint. Okay, to give it that sort of era-defined look. However, it's really smooth and it's not sticky and gummy like some of them feel. My 50s Telecaster are a little bit more sticky than this. Some of them are quite sort of, maybe it's because of the 50s thing, I don't know. But this being a 70s, maybe they just smoothed out a little bit more. But it's just, yeah, it feels great actually. This neck is so slippery and slidey, but that's a good thing. That's really, there's no sort of holding your thumb back when you're moving around. Okay, and it's a 9.5-inch radius rosewood fretboard, as you can see. Okay, and I personally prefer the rosewood fretboards, but I've got maple as well. But generally, I prefer the rosewood fretboard, but they're both great. They've both got their own sound, got their own thing. I like the snap of the maple, but it depends on the songs you're playing and what sort of sound you're looking for at that time. But yeah, as a whole, if I could pick one, I'd go for rosewood. Okay, now, so yeah, C-shaped neck, really good fret edges on this, really good fret. That's shocking for a Squier. This is amazing, actually. They're just so smooth. There's just nothing catching my fingers anywhere there at all. It's all nice and smooth and well defined. Not well defined, well rounded. Well rounded. You know, nice. Impressed actually, because I was expecting a little bit more sort of sharp edges on this because of the price point. They're doing a good job. Okay, so coming on to the body, we have the poplar wood with the poly finish, okay, and nice and hard wear in the poly finish. Nitro is good if you like it to wear and sort of bed in, and if you like it to stay looking shiny and new like I do. I'm sure there's plenty of Relic fans out there, but I love my new looking guitars, so poly lasts that a little bit longer, just wears a bit slower. But yeah, that's just each to their own, okay. Comment down below if you like a Relic. Okay, so we have the tortoiseshell scratch plate with the SSS single coils, okay, and the 5-way switch. Now these are Alnico 5 Fender designed pickups, made by Squier, but designed by Fender, and they're apparently really good, but we'll find out in a moment in the tone demo, okay. And we've got the 5-way switch, which feels really solid, because a lot of the times these feel really flimsy on the Squiers, but this one just feels really rugged. It feels as good as my American switch. It's just build quality, you know. It's nice to have something that feels solid, because it feels like it's going to last a lot longer and do the job better. Whether it does or not, time will tell, okay. And then we got the knobs, 3 knobs, the tone, and volume. Okay, and these actually feel really good as well. They don't feel as cheap as some of them do. Some of the Squiers could feel a bit sort of Mickey Mouse plastic and so on, but these actually feel really good. And then we've got the tremolo, the 6-point tremolo, not the 2-point tremolo like the modern ones have. So if you have a modern USA Fender Strat, whether it's an Am Pro 2 or an Ultra like I've got, you get the 2-point tremolo. But on the classics, they give the 6-point, like the Fender, I think the Fender Player Series. No, Fender Player Series might be 2 as well, actually. But yeah, so yeah, this is the 6-point. Like the olden days, that's what they used to use, so that's why they put it on, because there's a classic vibe at the end of the day. It's meant to be time, sort of era appropriate. Era reflective. There you go. Era reflective. Okay, so that's why it's got the 6-point tremolo. I personally prefer the 2, but I'm sure this will be fine. Okay, so there you have it. So that's the Olympic White Squier Stratocaster Classic Vibe 70s. Let's plug this in and see what tones we can get out of it. Okay, so that was the tone demo of the Squier Classic Vibe 70 Stratocaster. Now, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is it actually has a bone nut on these, which you don't get on hardly any cheap guitars in the world nowadays. So it's got a bone nut, which normally gives you better sustain and better, better performance and tuning stability and everything. So yeah, that's quite interesting that they can put that on this price point. But yeah, that was the tone demo. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope that helps make your mind up whether you think this is bargain of the year or not as well. For 249 quid, I think the tones you can get out of this and the playability of it as well, and the way it looks, I think it's a cracking looking instrument. It looks lovely in the Olympic white. I just think it's bargain of the year. For 249 quid, you can't go wrong. So yeah, that's that video. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that helps you make your mind up on these guitars. Go and grab yourself one. If you got 10 guitars, you still need one more. You always need one more, no matter how many you've got. You know that. All right, so yeah, if don't tell the wife, or if you are the wife, don't tell the husband. All right, just get it ordered. Okay, so coming up in my next video, I'm going to be doing a direct comparison between these two guitars, the Squier Classic Vibe 70 Stratocaster and the Fender USA Ultra Stratocaster. This thing's over £2,000. This is £250. Now, you'd expect a gulf of difference between these two. You might get a shock. We're going to do a blind tone comparison test and see if you can tell which one is which. All right, I'm going to do an A/B test, blindfolded for you, so you can't see which one is which. All right, and you're going to see if you can guess which one is the actual American and which one is the Squier. Okay, so that'll be interesting to see with how you get on with that. All right, so make sure you like and subscribe to this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great week. Bye-bye.